This Torah class is brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.
Okay, back at it. This is a very important question. This is the most important question you need to know the answer to. Headed to the city of Toledo. We all know the expression, Holy Toledo. Right? Anybody ever hear that? Raise your hand if you've heard that expression, Holy Toledo. Well, it's a very responsive audience. What is the Makar Kadosh of the expression Holy Toledo? Where does Holy Toledo come from? So most people think that it has something to do with Toledo, Spain. No, according to most scholars, Holy Toledo is because there are more churches per capita in Toledo, Ohio than any other city in the world. So therefore it's called Holy Toledo. But that is the second best guess as the source of Holy Toledo. The best guess is it's a Lashon Sagi Nahar. There are more bars in Toledo, Ohio than there are anywhere else in the world. So it's Lashon Sagi Nahar, Holy Toledo, but really we know what kind of holy city it is. But I am here today to tell you the real source of the expression Holy Toledo, and even though they may not know this, Ihu Leichazi, Maz Leichazi. What is the source of Holy Toledo? Now, let's begin as follows. In the year 1303, Rabbeinu Asher, the Rosh, had to flee Germany. And that's because he was afraid that he would be imprisoned like his Rebbe, the Marami Rothenburg, was imprisoned. The Marami Rothenburg was imprisoned on trumped-up charges, and not only was he imprisoned, they demanded an exorbitant ransom. And the Marami Rothenburg paskin, based on the Gemara in Gittin, Ein Poidin Asashun Yeser Mikdei Demeyan, that they cannot redeem him from captivity. But his student, the Rosh, disagreed with Marami Rothenburg. And the Rosh said that the din of Ein Poidin Asashvuyin Yeser Mikdei Demeyan does not apply to the Gadol Hadar. So the Rosh raised the requisite sum, and by the time he collected it, the Marami Rothenburg died in jail. And not only that, they did not allow the release of his remains until a Jew by the name of Alexander Wimpim redeemed him on condition that Alexander would be buried next to Marami Rothenburg. And you could go today in Germany. We went, courtesy of Laleches Tours, a number of years ago, one of the earliest launching historic Avir powered by Laleches Tour. We went to the grave of the Marami Rothenburg. By the way, the Chidah says that the Tosfos HaMasechta Yuma was written by Marami Rothenburg, and next to him is buried Alexander Wimpim. In any event, now that the Marami Rothenburg passed away, the Rosh was afraid that he was next. So the Rosh fled Germany, and he comes to Spain. Now, someone of the caliber of the Rosh, he comes to Spain, he needs a job. Where is he going to get a job? The Rosh is from the Chachmei Ashkenaz. The Rashba, Rav Shlomo ben Aderes, secured a job for the Rosh in the city of Toledo. We mentioned that the Rosh and the Rashba spent 8 days together in Barcelona. Now, Maran Bet Yosef had a Maggid that learned with him. And he recorded everything the Maggid taught him in a work called Maggid Meisharim. The Maggid revealed, the Malach revealed to the Beis Yosef that in Shamayim, the Rashba is Rab Shlomo ben Aderes Bechir Hashem. The Rashba is the one selected in Shamayim. And the Beis Yosef said, and what about the Rosh? Says the Malach to the Rosh, you can find this in Maggid Meisharim, Parshas Vayachel. The Maggid said to the Beis Yosef, Asher, Kadishi, Asher, the Holy One, of all the Rishonim, the one that was called holy in Shamayim was the Rosh. And that is the real source for the expression Holy Toledo. It comes from the revelation of the Maggid to the Beis Yosef. So we're headed to the city of Toledo, the city of the Rosh, Holy Toledo. How do you like that? Okay, we're going to speak more about the Rosh momentarily.
You've just experienced another Torah class brought to you by TorahAnytime.com.